The Global Shapers community has two missions. Number one, help the youth to self-organize for impact. Number two, have a seat at the table wherever the agenda is shaped. That's why also we created Shapes. Why not the Shapers to have their seat at the table or create the table where the decision is made?
What inspires me the most is the dynamism of the teams and the ability of Global Shapers communities to change things. And we know that change in terms of politics, in terms of economic, in terms of mentality is very hard. And what I see is a lot of young people who believe that change is easier if we do it together.
The fact of bringing Shape Africa was a very normal choice, following logical steps after the participation of so many outstanding shapers from Rabat and Casablanca in some World Economic Forum events.
And we are today investing heavily on the potential of entrepreneurship around the world, and we wanted to build this platform between entrepreneurs around Middle East and Africa, around this region, around Morocco as well.
Investment, be it domestic investment or international investment, is really based on how much the return will be and how clearly am I sure that I will get that return.
Being with young leaders from 56 countries here at Shape Africa is super inspiring. If we can get together and share ideas and to be able to make new friends, lifetime relationships with people working on different really important projects, sharing solidarity around a commitment to create a better world.
Marie Brodette said earlier, we are not the future, we are now.
Basically, the most important things for a community is to organize how we can give back and how we can have mentorship, how we can have the elders, have the younger, and how we can organize and channel the energy. Because sometimes when you just enter a community, it's very complicated to get things done. You're clueless, you don't know things about how you can process them, so it's very important to put in place a mentorship process. And I see that in the hubs that are in Morocco. They are moving forward, they're seeking advice, they're trying to create a movement where everybody is involved, and I think that's really the spirit for communities.
Energy, there is a great revolution taking place today. We don't have to go in Africa through the large networks of energy. In communication, in banking, in Kenya, for example, this is a great experimentation of mobile banking. In education as well, we don't have the money to build schools in each village, but we can use the communication tools now to have a great education for our continent.
Energy is incredible. I just led a session that was all about self-discovery, which is really the part where we figure out who we are and then let what we do as entrepreneurs reflect that. So it was a lot of fun, we had a good time, and we're ready for the next steps.
Shape Africa!
One thing that you keep noticing at every Shape event is that people have an ability to ignite and inspire each other. More and more attending these activities, one could see that an idea of one person could get replicated in so many different cultures and contexts. So the power of bringing these people together, bringing shapers together, is that among other things they also shape relationships. And relationships are important because when you're in trouble with your project, somebody else could give you a hand and you could always be helpful to someone. So to me, this is the greatest power of bringing people to Shapes, and Shape Africa is an excellent example of such cooperation.
At Fair Observer, a US-based non-profit media organisation, we bring new voices to the table. So, to Shape Africa, we need to keep the conversation going, and therefore we are going to be releasing a series, and to support the global shapers, we are releasing a series to examine the issues that Africa faces today and tomorrow.
The
big success of Shape Africa 2015 is that it reminded us that when we talk about investing in Africa, that begins at home. We must invest in ourselves. We must learn about our neighbors, speak our neighbors' language. We must collaborate with people who are different from us. We must be united. Crucially, we must be coordinated.
It was time for turning the page. And so after that,
Global Shapers have done great work packing a diverse set of speakers. So I had the chance to present Sept, Morocco, what was the story behind it and what we aim to achieve. I liked it when the discussion turned around sustainable development and how each one of us in their daily choices of our consumption pattern as consumers, we can influence how Africa can aspire to a sustainable and bright future.
Speaking about Shape Africa 2015, one of the things that come to mind is actually the theme, which is investing in Africa. And for me, the biggest outcome was education. In order for us to be great entrepreneurs and to make an impact in our spaces, we need to start at home. And that starts with education, investing in education, and then moving above and looking at some of the challenges that we're facing. Because for me, the best thing to do is to start with where you are.
The time is now. This is our time, and we're a powerful community, a powerful demographic. Shape Africa has allowed us to really reflect on the vision that we have for change, to reflect on the role that we have to play for change, and to understand that we have the responsibility to chart the way forward for the Africa that we want to see.
We are very happy and thankful to be here today in Rabat, and we are happy about the collaboration with the Global Shapers Hub in Rabat. We took a bus of 45 international aspiring entrepreneurs for 7 days all over Morocco with the final destination of the Shape Africa conference. Our teams will be presenting local startup ideas to a jury panel.
And I was amazed how many bright people there are in the bus, and I think that Africa will have a great success with such young people, and Global Shaper and Shape Africa event unites all of us, not only from the Africa continent but from other continents as well.
I'm really excited to be part of the Global Shapers community because it is people like you who inspire me every day to keep going and keep hustling. I'm so excited to be here today, and it is such an amazing inspiration to see all these people coming from all over Africa, all over the world to share experiences, share knowledge and stories.
And if we can replicate these success stories across Africa, it will speed up the process of development in the region and also increase the level of integration. It's quite important, particularly between the different regions in Africa.
One of the main things for me coming to Shape Africa has been insight into the issues facing North Africa. I mean, for me, just getting insight into the challenges and the realities here has been amazing.
Shape Africa has been an amazing experience for everybody. Hosting people from different countries, both from the continent and outside the continent, is a special thing. Only the Global Shapers community can make it happen.